It seems like every major actor in Hollywood has been sucked into the ever-expanding Marvel Cinematic Universe these days. Between sequels and reboots, Marvel has a huge cast of heroes, villains, and every character in between. Some heroes, like Spider-Man and the Hulk, are now on their third actor. But you might be surprised to hear that not every movie star is excited to hang out with Captain America and company. Whether it's scheduling or personal taste, some stars have turned down the chance to save the world on the big screen. Here are 10 famous actors who have refused important Marvel roles. Tom Cruise. It's safe to say that Tom Cruise is one of the biggest stars out there, even without the Marvel credit. Maybe that's why Cruise turned down the chance to play Iron Man himself in the movie that started the current franchise of Marvel superhero films. Nowadays, it's hard to imagine millionaire playboy Tony Stark being played by anyone other than Robert Downey Jr.
Thank you for saving me.
So it's lucky for us that Tom Cruise took one look at the script for Iron Man and turned the job down. Allegedly, he also demanded that the Iron Man visor be redesigned so that his face would be visible at all times. So, all things considered, things worked out for the best.
Well, good.
Leonardo DiCaprio. We've seen 3 Spider-Men so far in the Marvel Universe, and there's no end in sight. So plenty of actors have been considered for everyone's favorite web-slinger. But only one actor has turned down the role of Spider-Man, Batman's Robin, and Anakin Skywalker. And that actor is Leonardo DiCaprio.
We had our time together.
DiCaprio was considered for a Spider-Man film directed by James Cameron, which actually never made it to theaters. But DiCaprio turned the role down anyway because he didn't feel ready to take the superhero plunge. Now that Leo has his Oscar, we can only assume he'll be pickier than ever. Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt has turned down not 1, but 2 major Marvel roles in the past. She turned down the role of Black Widow in Iron Man 2, as well as the role of Peggy Carter in the first Captain America film. Blunt claims that she had to pass on both parts because it just wasn't the right time. Actually, she was contractually obligated to appear in another film for Fox, so she ended up having to pass on Black Widow in order to star in the universally panned adaptation of Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black. This was good news for Scarlett Johansson, who was cast as Black Widow after having previously lost the role to Emily Blunt. Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett might give Leo DiCaprio a run for his money when it comes to dodging franchises. He turned down Marvel's Spider-Man, DC's Batman, and DC's Superman. His reasoning? The roles were simply too big. Hartnett was a major heartthrob in his early 20s, and he didn't want his career to be defined by one superhero role, or even 3 superhero roles. He was worried that slinging webs might pigeonhole him as an actor, and he ended up taking some time away from Hollywood rather than take on any major superheroes. Matthew McConaughey. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 may be one of the most anticipated Marvel sequels on the horizon, but not everyone is on board. Academy Award winner Matthew McConaughey turned down a major role as Star-Lord's father and the villain of the upcoming film.
You were going to kill my father?
McConaughey didn't give a reason for passing on the role, but he doesn't seem interested in entering the Marvel Universe anytime soon. Or maybe he's holding out for a chance to play the hero.
What are you doing?
We'll just have to wait and see how Kurt Russell does as Star-Lord's dad. And a planet. Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams is finally entering the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Christine Palmer in Doctor Strange. But she had a chance to be a Marvel mainstay much earlier when she turned down the role of Pepper Potts in the first Iron Man movie. As Tony Stark's secretary and chief love interest, Pepper Potts has been a major character in the Iron Man franchise. McAdams turned down the role for unknown reasons, leaving Gwyneth Paltrow to step in instead.
I hate job hunting.
But Rachel McAdams still got a chance to star opposite Robert Downey Jr. in the Sherlock Holmes movies, and it seems like once may have been enough for her. Jason Momoa. Game of Thrones fans won't be surprised to hear that Jason Momoa, the actor behind Khal Drogo, was up for the part of Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy. It seems like a perfect fit, which is exactly the reason that Momoa backed out. He doesn't want to be stuck playing the quiet, muscle-bound brute forever.
When did you learn to do that?
When asked why he turned down the part, Momoa said he wants his children to see their father happy, and it's hard to argue with that. And while Momoa has no plans in the Marvel Universe, he has been cast as Aquaman in upcoming DC films, so comic book fans will still get to see Momoa saving the day, and hopefully being just a little happy about it. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is pretty well known for an attempted Superman movie back in the 90s,
Very nice.
as well as 2 Ghost Rider films that opened to mixed reviews. But even though Cage has always been a huge comic book fan, he passed on a chance to play the Green Goblin in Spider-Man back in 2002. It seems that Cage is only interested in superhero movies if he can play the hero, so he turned down the chance to play Spider-Man's arch enemy.
Yeah.
Cage is in good company, however. John Malkovich and John Travolta also turned down the part.
Everybody.
And Willem Dafoe finally ended up as the maniacal Norman Osborn. Joaquin Phoenix. Actor Joaquin Phoenix has a bit of a reputation for being strange, but that didn't stop him from turning down the role of Doctor Strange in the upcoming film. Between Benedict Cumberbatch and Tilda Swinton, the film will have plenty of star power. But Phoenix has stated that Marvel movies and similar blockbusters just aren't his style. He was in talks to replace Edward Norton as the Hulk in the Avengers as well, but he says that he prefers films that focus on characters rather than action. So it doesn't seem like we should expect to see him hanging out with the Ancient One anytime soon. Daniel Craig. If any one man can play the greatest spy on Earth and a God of Thunder, it's probably Daniel Craig. But Craig actually refused the role of Thor when Marvel offered, joking that it would be too much of a power trip to play James Bond and an Avenger at the same time. Between Bond sequels and the ever-expanding Marvel Universe, Craig would have his schedule booked solid for a long time too. So you can't blame him for letting a less well-known star like Chris Hemsworth take a shot at lifting Thor's hammer. So there you have it. Famous actors who said no thanks to the Marvel Universe. Should they have said yes? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.